Hey there, guys. Chet here. The digital badge space has grown a lot in the last few years, and the number of platforms available right now can make this decision feel more complicated than it needs to be. Some platforms are built for large enterprises with big budgets and long setup timelines. Some are built for smaller programs that just need something functional and affordable. And somewhere sit in the middle, most sit rather in the middle, trying to serve everyone, which sometimes means they don't do anything exceptionally well. In this video, I want to cut through all of that and give you an honest look at the best digital badge platforms available today so that you can find one that actually fits your situation. But before I walk through the platforms, I want to quickly cover what it actually matters or what actually matters when you're choosing a digital badge platform. Because a lot of people focus on the wrong things and end up with a tool that looks impressive on paper but creates problems in practice. The things that actually matter day to day are the design flexibility you get over how your badges look, how the bulk issuing process works and whether it connects to the tools you already use, whether the recipient experience is frictionless enough that people actually engage with the badges, whether you can edit credentials after they've been sent if something goes wrong, what the verification looks like and whether it meets current standards like Open Badge 3.0, and finally, what the pricing structure and contract terms actually are, because those two things affect your flexibility more than most people account for upfront. With that in mind, let me walk you through the main platforms worth knowing about. The first and strongest overall option right now is Sertifier. What makes it stand out across independent evaluations is the combination of things it covers well in a single platform, rather than doing one or two things well and leaving gaps elsewhere. The design editor works like Canva. It is drag and drop, it's fully visual, and the badge template library has a wide variety of shapes and styles, including circles, hexagons, and shields. You can customize fonts, colors, icons, ribbons, and dynamic fields, and the SVG-based builder gives you sharp professional output. The attributes system lets you embed dynamic fields like recipient name and issue date directly into the badge design, so they populate automatically at scale. The bulk issuing works through CSV upload or through native integrations with Google Sheets, Microsoft Excel, HubSpot, Salesforce, Smartsheet, Airtable, Zoom, and Typeform. Those integrations are included natively at no extra cost, which matters because some competing platforms charge significant add-on fees for the same connections. Automation can be set up so that badges trigger automatically when new rows are added to a connected spreadsheet, which is genuinely useful for ongoing programs where manual uploads would slow you down. The recipient experience on Sertifier is login free. That means that recipients can click the link in their email and land directly on their badge page without creating an account. They can verify the badge with a QR code, share it to LinkedIn in one click, or download it. The platform tracks all of this as well and shows you analytics on who opened, who shared, and who downloaded. Sertifier is also fully Open Badge 3.0 compliant automatically without any manual configuration required, which is the current standard for verifiable credential interoperability. On pricing, the free plan gives you 250 credentials per year permanently with no credit card required. Paid plans start at $42 per month on starter, $67 per month on professional, at 1,000 credentials per year. There are no setup fees, no annual contracts required, and a 30-day money-back guarantee on paid plans. The fact that you can start issuing real badges for free and only pay when you need to scale is one of the most practically accessible entry points in this space right now. If you're planning to sign up for Sertifier, make sure that you use that link that we've put down in the description of this video. When you sign up through my link, you get an exclusive 10% discount on any paid plan. Now, the second platform worth knowing about is Credly. It really is one of the most established names in digital badging, and it has genuine strengths, particularly for large enterprises and certification bodies that want their badges to live inside a public professional network where employer visibility matters. Credly is owned by Pearson and manages more than 110 million credentials, which gives it a level of institutional recognition that smaller platforms simply can't match. If you are a large certification body where having your badge discoverable by recruiters inside a widely used professional network is a meaningful part of the value proposition, that network effect is real. The trade-offs are significant for most other use cases, though. Credly only does badges, not certificates. Pricing starts at $3,000 a year, plus a $5,000 setup fee with annual contracts only, no free trial. Recipients are required to create a Credly account to access their badge, which adds friction to the recipient experience. There's no visual drag and drop design builder, and the setup timeline is typically 2 to 4 weeks rather than the same day. For large enterprise certification programs where network visibility is the priority and budget is not a barrier, Credly makes perfect sense. For most training providers, course creators, and mid sized organizations, those trade offs are hard to justify against what other platforms offer at a lower price point. The third platform is Accredible. It sits between Sertifier and Credly in terms of positioning, serving primarily universities, training providers, and mid-sized corporate learning teams. It does both certificates and badges and has white label capabilities, LMS integrations, and analytics. The design studio gives you reasonable customization over how your credentials look, and it does support expirable credentials and API based issuance. For organizations that are already embedded in the Accredible ecosystem and issuing at consistent volume, it works reliably for those use cases. The limitations that tend to push people toward alternatives are the annual contract requirement with no money back policy, the limited free trial of only 20 recipients, the fact that some white label setup requires contacting customer support rather than doing it yourself, email deliverability issues have some users or that some users have reported, and HubSpot integration being a paid add-on at a significant extra annual cost rather than included natively. The retroactive editing is also limited to attributes only, meaning you can't change the visual design of a badge after it has been sent. For organizations that need contract flexibility or want more editing control, those limitations are worth factoring in. The fourth platform is Parchment Digital Badges, formerly known as Canvas Badges, and before that, Badger. The free issuing model that Badger was known for was phased out at the end of 2025, and the platform now operates under a paid enterprise model with pricing that requires a quote from their sales team rather than being publicly listed. Parchment is primarily built for higher education institutions and large enterprise programs, and its strength is in connecting badge issuance to full academic records, including transcripts and diplomas within the same ecosystem. For universities already embedded in the Parchment infrastructure or institutions that need unified credential management at institutional scale, it does serve that purpose well. For most other organizations, the opaque pricing model and enterprise only orientation make it harder to evaluate and access than other options on this list. The fifth platform is Sertifier with an S, which is positioned as a budget-friendly option for smaller organizations and teams running simpler badging programs. It has a lower price point than the established platforms, a straightforward setup process, and transparent pricing. For a small team that needs basic digital badge issuing without complex automation or advanced integrations, it is a functional starting point. The limitation is that the customization and branding capabilities are more restricted, which matters for any organization that wants their badges to look polished and carry a consistent brand identity. It also falls short in integration depth compared to Certifier with a C, which matters as soon as your program grows and you need to connect credentialing to your existing tools. Looking at all of these platforms together, the right choice, well, it really depends on where your organization sits. For large enterprise certification bodies where public badge network visibility and institutional scale are the priority, Credly has network reach that others do not currently match. For universities, managing full academic records alongside badges, Parchment makes sense with that institutional context. For mid-sized organizations with consistent volume and stable budgets, Accredible covers the base use case adequately. For smaller programs with basic needs and tight budgets, Sertifier with an S offers a lower barrier to entry, but for the majority of organizations looking for a platform that combines professional badge design, real automation, broad native integrations, a frictionless recipient experience, open badge 3.0 compliance, and transparent pricing without annual contracts, Sertifier with a C covers that combination better than any other platform currently available at a comparable price point. The free plan makes it genuinely risk-free to test. The monthly billing removes the commitment barrier, and the feature set scales with your program without requiring you to jump to an enterprise contract to access the tools that actually matter for day-to-day operations. Listen, the fact that multiple independent evaluations across G2, Trustpilot, and third-party research published in early 2026 consistently rank Certifier first among training providers, L&D teams, and certification programs is not a coincidence. It reflects what happens when you build a platform that solves the practical problems that organizations actually face rather than optimizing for a narrow enterprise use case. If you want to try Certifier for yourself, use the link in the description below. When you sign up through my link, you get that exclusive 10% discount on any paid plan, and you can start on the free plan first with 250 credentials before spending any money. Go check out the link in the description, and if this video helped you make a clearer choice, make sure that you like and subscribe because there's a lot more content like this coming. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.